guys, it's Sheila Shimmers. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're testing out a brand that I actually have mentioned on my channel. I have done, I think, 1 or 2 videos from this brand, but it's really close to my heart because it is my cousin's brand. It's called Sarias Cosmetics, and she's a really hardworking Latina, and she just came basically out of nothing and came out with all these products, and they're really amazing. She's really like looking into excellence in her products, so I know every time she comes out with something it's gonna be like A+. So I had to test out some of her things. For example, I had her eyeshadow palette, I had her concealer, which I have mentioned, and I also tested out a sample of her foundation, but today I'm going to test out the full product. I'm actually going to do a full wear test, and I also have her pigment and her powder. So it's going to be a really interesting video. I hope you stick around, and yeah, if you want to see how I created this look, let's go ahead and get started. So today I'm going to use the Picasso palette from Sarias Cosmetics. It's actually the only palette that I have, but it's really pretty. I'm going to show you the colors. I feel like there's so many things that you can do with this because it has a lot of neutrals, and it also has a very vibrant colors. It also has a black shade, so you can do really nice smoky eye, but I think today I want to do something kind of like not totally pink, but like, I don't know, like pinkish, almost too purplish. So that's my goal for today. But I'm going to start just priming my eyes, and for this I'm going to be using her concealer. This one is called the Full Coverage Concealer by Sarias, and I think I have the shade Light, I believe. So this is how it looks like. I feel like this is very similar to the P. Louise base. If you want an alternative to the P. Louise base, this is a great product. So I'm putting a little bit of this on the back of my hand, and I'm just taking a flat brush. This one is from e.l.f. Actually Wet n Wild, my bad. I'm pretty sure this is like $1 Tree if you do find them, and I know also that Five Below has them for like $3, and I feel like they're so amazing, especially for things like this, like cleaning up your brows and priming your eyes. They're just really good. So I'm just covering up the whole lid. If you guys watch my videos, this is what I always do. I am trying to find just something that I can use for like an everyday, so I don't have to like do this all the time, and I can find like some easy way to prime my eyes. And I think I'm gonna buy, I think it's a Wet n Wild one that I saw at Ulta. So I think I'm gonna be getting that, and I'll update you guys too in case I like it. So anyways, I'm going to take a stippling brush from Makeup Geek, and I'm just buffing this in. And I'm not going to be using like any type of transition shade, just because I feel like when I do this and when I don't set this base, the color really shines through. So the first shade I'm going to be taking is going to be this one right here. And I'm taking this one with a color brush. Honestly, I don't even know where I got this brush, but I'm just basically tapping this right here on my crease. And I'm just going to kind of build this color in until I like how vibrant it looks, and until I feel like the whole crease is filled. So I'm just going to keep doing this, tapping. Don't worry about being blended right now, just kind of like build your color. And move a little bit onto the inner corner, but just be careful that you don't go too far with it. And then what I like to do is, once I have like the color down, I just kind of take a lot more product on my brush, and I just go into circular motions like this, not really moving the brush, but just kind of like getting into those little cracks on my skin, just because I feel like I have a lot of texture on my eyes, and this way I can make sure that all the shadows are in there. So you can see that right now this color is really peeking through, but I'm still gonna keep doing it until I feel like the color is really shining through. So right now I feel like we definitely got there. So you can definitely tell that that color is really dark. You can definitely see it, and it's covering up my whole lid. So you don't need to go so far down on the lid, but it doesn't really matter. It just happens to be because my eyes are so small. Okay, so I'm gonna be taking this color right here, and hopefully it is as neutral as it looks. And I'm gonna be using this to just blend the top out. So I'm going to start right in the center. Oh, I think that's going to be really nice. Okay, I'm going to start right in the center, and I'm just going to really slowly just start brushing this or blending this. Kind of like circular motions, but also like not really moving my brush at the same time. And I'm just going to move all throughout the crease, right on the top. I'm barely putting any pressure on this brush, like at all. And I'm paying a lot of attention to the outer corner because I feel like that is where things tend to get a little crazy. Then at the end, when I'm done doing this, which I do for a little while, I'm not gonna lie, I'm probably not gonna show the whole thing on video, but I do blend it out for a long time. What I do is I just take an empty brush and I just kind of blend out the edges on the top, and then I go back with that burgundy shade and I'm just gonna intensify it a little bit right on the crease. So we'll go through that. I'm just gonna do it on fast forward just so you guys, you know, don't get bored. Alright, so there's not like a brown or anything in here, so I think I'm gonna go with, should I do something crazy here? I kind of want to see what would happen if I add that purple. So I am going to add this purple, even though I don't think that it matches when you look at them first, but I think that if you put them together, we could create something really cool. So I'm taking a little bit of this purple, I'm taking it on a Morphe M433, and I'm putting this on the outer part of the eye. Just tapping it in. I'm just going to build this up a little bit. I'm taking a lot of product on this brush. Don't be afraid to do that because I definitely want that purple to show. I'm just kind of keeping it from the center of the lid onto the outer corner. Alright, so I think we're good there. I'm going to go back to the burgundy and I'm just going to put a little bit of this on the crease. I'm just going to blend like down because it's like really easy for me to just clean up on this corner. So that's what I like to do instead of going upwards because I don't want it to go too far up on the brows. And I'm going to take a little bit more of that purple and just kind of blend this in right here. Instead of tapping motions now, I'm just kind of, you know, actually blending with my brush in circular motions. Really, really nice. Okay, so now I'm going to take just one of these shimmers, even though I'm going to use a loose pigment, but I'm going to be taking this one right here. I'm not gonna wet my brush or anything just because I'm gonna use the loose pigment on top, but I'm just gonna put this right in the beginning. And I feel like this shade is so beautiful. Okay, so I'm going to leave it right about there. So I feel like we're good there. I'm going to be putting a little bit of this shimmer right on my brow bone because I feel like I really, really like it. Perfect. I'm moving on into my favorite part of this video. I've been waiting for it. I wanted to use this pigment. This one is called Dusty and it's like a really, really light pink. I feel like this would be perfect for brides or just something really neutral. So I'm going to be taking just a little bit of this. Ooh, let me see if I can actually like show you the color. There it is. It looks so stunning. Okay, I'm taking just a different brush. It's the same kind, just a clean one. And I'm just going to be placing this down right here on the beginning of the eye. And it's just going to make it so much more sparkly. Oh, yeah. If you wanted to make the cut crease just a little bit more accentuated, you could always like put concealer before you do the shimmer and the pigment, but I wanted to kind of have it a little bit more like on the, I don't know, softer side. That's like kind of the look that I was going for today. Now that I'm looking at it, I kind of don't like it like that. So I'm going to go back onto that shimmer and I'm going to spray my brush just with a lot of setting spray. So I'm taking this cucumber water from Wet n Wild and I'm just going to spray. I don't know, I thought I would like it, but I feel like the colors are just asking me to do it a little bit more. I also don't have any other smaller brush than this one that's clean right now, so this is what I'm working on. I'm going to do a small wing liner. I'm using this Blickety Black eyeliner from Hank & Henry. Okay, so that's pretty much it. I'm going to clean up under my eyes. I'm going to do this eye off camera and I'll be right back. Okay, so my hammer has been doing this really nice thing now that it just like shuts off in the middle of as I'm filming. So yeah, I don't know what I filmed and didn't film So I guess I'll find out when I'm editing. I think I'm going to be using this faux lashes from Colourpop. These are called Baddie. And they're super big and like really fluffy. So I think these are perfect for today. Okay, so let's move on to the face. I'm going to be using hair foundation. It's actually the second time I'm using this. I did purchase kind of like a sample before, and I'm pretty sure I did a video on it, and I ended up really liking it. But I have also like watched her 200 times on live videos using this, and it looks really nice on her. She also has dry skin just like myself. So this one is the medium coverage foundation. She has different shades of this one. I chose the V5. I chose the shade V5 just because I feel like right now spring is coming and summer is coming, so I didn't want to have something too light. I feel like it's always easier to make something to make something lighter than obviously to darken it up. So I like to have something darker. I'm applying just this primer because I don't have one from her brand. I don't think she actually has one. This one is a silicone-free priming moisturizer from Good Molecules. Great stuff. I definitely recommend it. Okay, so this is kind of like a pasty foundation. This is how it looks like. So I don't know if I should apply it with a brush. I think I'm going to start with a brush, and then if I need anything else, I'll just switch. Take a little bit of this on. Oh, it's kind of transferring. Okay. So I'm just going to do like this and just see. Wow. Okay, first of all, this is really creamy. The sample that I got didn't come in like this. It came in like a really tiny packaging. So this is the first time that I'm actually like using it with a brush and stuff like this. And you guys are seeing like how easy this is blending and like how much coverage it gave me. I'm actually shook. It's not like really hard to drag or anything. It's just like making it really easy to blend. I'm actually really impressed. And it's also like still looking like skin. I don't know if the shade is a little too orangey for me right now. I think it is, but I feel like once I have the concealer and the powder and all that, it's gonna look really great. So let's compare the coverage. It's just like from one swipe. I feel like it looks really nice. I'm gonna take a little bit more and I'm gonna just go over just little blemishes and see if it covers it up. It definitely does. Wow. Okay, so I'm gonna move on to the other side. I'm still just taking a little bit of this. Do you guys see how red that area was and how it's like not there anymore? What? I like it because it doesn't feel oily on the skin. It actually doesn't feel even like anything. Honestly. I'm gonna start talking now because I won't say he's like, this is amazing, it's amazing, but guys, honestly, like this looks bomb. It looks bomb. So like I said, I have the shade V5, and I did take out a lot of concealer by mistake earlier, so I'm just gonna go ahead and use the same like that I have on the back of my hand. I'm not gonna use all this, by the way. I'm just gonna put a little bit of this under my eyes, and I don't know if I should have use something a little darker, but I'm gonna go with this, and if it's too light compared to the foundation, I'm just gonna, you know, use something else to blend it out. Wow, this concealer is like really light compared to that foundation. The other product that I'm trying out today is actually her powder. This one is a Sarias setting powder, and I have this one in the shade Lumiere. This one is a loose translucent powder, and I really like the packaging of this. I feel like it's so pretty. I'm gonna go ahead and open this up. A little bit of this. This is how it looks like. I hope it's not too light for me. Maybe I didn't make the right choices in this video. I think it's gonna be fine. So I'm gonna go ahead and just set this. I'm gonna set one side at a time so you guys can see like the difference. So far, let me look closer. It's looking a bit dry under my eyes, but I feel like it's because I applied a lot of powder. But it's looking really nice. Like, it still doesn't look bad at all. And you can see on this side that it definitely doesn't look like as matte and just nice as the other side. I'm gonna take a little bit more powder. I feel like my complexion looks really good with these products. I don't know, like you guys tell me. I'm just really liking it for some reason. I'm gonna go ahead and just finish off underneath my eyes just because I don't have any face products from her. Like I don't have any bronzer or blush or anything like that. So I kind of just used all the products that I did have from her already. So I'm gonna go with the purple shade that we were using on our eyes, and I'm just gonna put this all over my lower lash. I'm using the same dusty pigment as a highlighter, and it looks bomb. Hey guys, so this is the final look. I have to say I'm pretty impressed with this foundation. Like this foundation is everything. I think that the powder I really like. I should have like wet my sponge, which is something that I haven't been doing recently because I'm really like lazy sometimes. And also the lipstick ended up like, this is my first time using this shade. It ended up being like perfect match. I thought it was going to be a little bit more nude just because, you know, comparing it to the actual packaging, but it ended up being like the perfect shade, which I really, really like. This, if you haven't tried these little Essence lipsticks, they're amazing. They also have two other colors that I really love. I can't think of them right now, but I've used them like tons of times. So if you want to find them, go somewhere else on my channel, and you're probably gonna see it on the thumbnail. So yeah, I think it was a pretty good video. I'm gonna just let you guys know how this foundation works throughout the day, but so far I feel like everything I used today, I don't have any complaints at all. The pigment was amazing. I definitely want to use it on its own, not over a shimmer. And yeah. Alright you guys, it's been about 4 hours since I applied the foundation, and I feel like it's still looking pretty much the same. I feel like there's some little areas right here where I can see that I've had it on for a couple of hours because it's just getting a little bit more dewy. It's not as matte, but honestly I think it's just in this really small area right there. I don't see it anywhere else. This side looks fine, the forehead looks fine, and pretty much about here I see the same, but I still think that it looks pretty flawless, super pretty, and I feel like my complexion overall looks so much better than other foundations that I've tried. So I've had this on for a little while now. I'm about to just end this video because I feel like we can pretty much see how this foundation is holding up. I feel like there has been little to no change in the last like maybe 3 hours since I did an update, but I'm still seeing just a little bit more dewiness here than any other areas. I don't think it is oily at all. It's just a little bit more dewy, and I still think that it looks pretty natural. The coverage has held up really nicely. It's holding up all the makeup that I put over top, but I just feel like I set this area a little bit better than this. And that's just something that I have to remember with this foundation, that it just gets a little bit more dewy around the nose. So I feel like it looks really, really natural. I have dry skin though, so I don't know how this would be on oily skin, but so far I feel like I really, really like it. I would definitely just use this for like a special occasion. I think it's a little bit more full coverage than I would want for just a daily, but the fact that it's so comfortable to wear. So I'm gonna end this video right here. Like I said before, I'm gonna link all the products down below if you're interested in seeing all the information and everything about them. And I think the only thing that is going to be a little bit confusing for you is probably the shade range, but I think just take it as a reference that I'm B5, and then I'll try to link the other video down below, which I showed a couple more shades on that one as well. So I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video. As always, please don't forget to subscribe below, like this video, and I will see you guys on my next one. Bye!